Welcome back. Closing stages of the second set between Tommy Hahn from Peppermint Grove, furthest from the camera, Ashwin Sharma, closer to the camera from Alexander Park. Tommy Hahn winning the first set 7-5. Down 4-5, albeit that he has come back from a breaker serve in the second set. Finds himself back on serve. Ashwin had a couple of opportunities to close this set out, but could not. Apologies, a few technical difficulties. Kept us on air, off air I should say, for about 15 minutes. Back on air now. My name is Brett Patton. Broadcast being brought to you by Scotty's Media. Of course, we've been bringing you all the men's and women's state league matches from across the WA Summer of Tennis. Round number 10. Peppermint Grove, one of the front runners, certainly one of the high achievers in this year's men's state league match. A lot of good players playing. We saw earlier today Jerome O'Connor from Alexander Park defeat Troy Hargraves, one of the stalwarts at WA Tennis. In straight set, 6-3, 6-2. And the closing stages of this match between Tom Hahn serving furthest from the camera against Ashwin Sharma from Alexander Park. The match coming up to 2-hour mark. Pushing that forehand wide. This match has been brought to you by, as made mention, Scotty's Media. We're broadcasting from Alexander Park Tennis Club in the leafy suburb of Manoora, situated between North Perth Tennis Club and Mount Lawley. Come on down if you're in the area. If not, stay tuned. We'll bring you all the score updates, all the coverage, all the gossip, all the innuendo, all the rumours. Big body serve. Tom Hahn just jammed up Ashwin Sharma and hold serve to boot. 5 games all in this second set. Pressure starting to mount on Ashwin Sharma. Found himself in a winning position in that first set, in the opening set, but just could not get over the top of Tommy Hahn, who's been playing wonderful tennis from the back of the court. Both players similar style of game. Don't move forward all that often. Like to do their combating from the back of the court. Ashwin's first serve percentage has dropped away a little bit.
Oh, come on, man.
As we might skip across to court number 2 against Dan Downey, furthest from the camera, serving. Trailing 4-3 against the flashy Dom Bouchard, the left-hander, closest to the camera. Dom spent 3 years at college in the US, just honing his craft. Back now playing for Peppermint Grove in what has been a pretty good form, pretty good season, I should say, for Dommy Bouchard. Outstanding young junior talent coming through. Given a scholarship to the US. Dan Downey overplaying that second serve down the tee. Dommy Bouchard just giving himself the pep up as he walks towards the camera, just toweling down, sticking the towel in the net. Pretty relaxed sort of a character is Dommy Bouchard. Good-natured young fellow. And again, one of the talented players in the men's state league. Very fluid is his game, Dommy Bouchard. We look at the other side of the court. Dan Downey, hard-working, solid player, all aspects of the court. Good athlete, moves forward, can serve and volley. Probably needs to incorporate the serve and volley into his game a little bit more. He was moving forward on that first serve, overhit it. Beautifully played serve and volley. Lovely touch from Dan Downey. Low backhand volley down the line. Beautiful return though. Dommy Bouchard. Great hand, certainly off the returner serve. Very loose, but good control. Thank you for tuning in. Apologies for the technical difficulties earlier. Off air for about 15 minutes. Now we're back on air. Brought to you by Scotty's Media. If you'd like us to make mention, ask us the questions, please get onto the chat site and ask us a question. Happy to answer anything within reason, of course. Good serve. Touch, drop shot. That's a lovely bit of touch from Dan Downey. Tommy Bouchard not happy. As we skip across to the top court, things are starting to really tighten up between Tom Hahn and Ashwin Sharma. That scream of no from Tommy Hahn, furthest from the court, just toweling off. All important. 11th game of the second set. Ashwin had a chance to serve out this second set. It was broken. Finds himself at 5 games all. That match has been running for a tick over 2 hours. A very long match. Both men very fit. Very hot out on court today. A slight breeze coming from the right of the camera. Big serve. Catching Tommy Hahn on the back foot. Just couldn't do anything with the return of serve. Grabs his towel. Both men do. Change of ends. So we motor back to court number 1. Dan Downey still serving. Down 4 games to 3 against Tommy Bouchard. Closest to the camera from Peppermint Tennis Club. Lovely return. Dipping down to the incoming feet. Dan Downey just couldn't control that half volley. Hard to make a winning shot of that. Just need to bunt it deep, put himself in a closing position in and around the net, and let Dom try to pass him, but just couldn't dig that half volley out. This could be a break point for Dan Downey, for Tommy Bouchard from Peppermint Grove, leading 4 games to 3 in the first set. And there it is. First break of serve in the set. Tommy Bouchard leading 5 games to 3. No. We have missed a game there. Tommy Bouchard leading 6 games to 3, winning that opening first set. Indeed, verified by Troy Hargreaves. Change of ends. 6 games to 3. First set to Tommy Bouchard from Peppermint Grove. As Troy Hargreaves just gives some words of advice to Tommy Bouchard. He was sitting courtside, just videoing Dom. No doubt they were looking to analyse that footage after the match, maybe throughout the week. So we skip across to court number 1. Ashwin Sharma heading back to the furthest side of the court, furthest from the camera, leading 6 games to 5 up against Tommy Hahn, serving to stay in the second set. Of course, best of 3 sets here in the Men's and Women's State League. Third set will be decided by a super tiebreaker, first at 10 points, with the advantage of 2 points. Overplayed second serve, a little bit nervy. Tommy Hahn serving to stay in the second set, trailing 5 games to 6. Be quite surprised that he finds himself still with an opportunity to stay in the second set after being down an early break. Ashwin had the opportunity to serve the match out. It was broken back. 5-6, a lot of 15. Overplaying the forehand. The return wasn't all that difficult, just an unforced error coming off the forehand wing of Tommy Hahn. Finds himself down love 30. Now the pressure starts to mount, scoreboard pressure. Down 6-5, love 30. Oh, very nervy bunt. Forehand return by Ashwin Sharma. Really should have gone after that. Put the pressure on his opponent. Up love 30. There's an opportunity to really going after that return of serve, not being too defensive. And again, an unforced error, letting Tommy right back into this 12th game of the second set. Was trailing love 30, 2 unforced and certainly unreplayable return of serves by Ashwin Sharma. Finds himself back 30 all. pressure valve released just a little bit from Tommy Hahn. Didn't have to do much to get back to 30 all. 2 unforced errors off the racket of Ashwin. And nicely played again. Nice body serve, jamming up Ashwin on that occasion, forcing the return to be short. Tommy all over the return by Ashwin. 40-30. Chance to push this into a second set tiebreaker. Second serve, Tommy Hahn leading 40-30, trailing 5 games to 6. Overplayed forehand. 6 all, tiebreaker, second set. Good dig again by Tommy Hahn to get this set back on serve after trailing by an early break. And then trailing 11-30 in this 12th game, but 40's way out of it. Some unforced errors coming by way of backhand and forehand returns from Ashwin Sharma. Now it's 6 games all, tiebreaker, first to 7 points with an advantage of 2 points. Ashwin serving first, furthest from the camera. Overplaying mini break to start the tiebreaker. 1 game to love, Tommy Hahn. First serve fault. Of course, tiebreaker's very first point served to the forehand. Change of serve, and then it goes backhand, forehand for the remainder of the tiebreaker until the winner is crowned. First to 7 points, behind an advantage of 2 points. Pushing that a little long, you can see that just off the racket of Ashwin. Just pulling the head up as he executed that backhand slice, forcing the ball to fly rather than staying down and through the shot. Just needed to get that ball back into play, preferably deep. Hold a position at the net, put the pressure on your opponent, get him to try and pass you. 2 points to love. Dom serving from Peppermint Grove, closer to the camera. Tom, I should say. You've got Tom Hahn and Dom Bouchard, Tom and Dom, both representing Peppermint Grove Tennis Club here against Alexander Park. Round number 10. Good sliding serve, 3 points to 0. Mini break here. Mini break is when the server does drop. A bit like a normal break of serve in the actual set. Tiebreaker, it's called a mini break. A little bit easy to win back. It's not a game you got to break. It's only a point off your opponent's serve to get back into this tiebreaker. Love 3. Doesn't want to give away another point on serve, Ashwin Sharma. Missing that wide. Just had a real good look. Looked up to the umpire and she agreed. Ball was only centimetres past that single sideline. Another mini break. 2 serves gone begging from Ashwin Sharma, leading, trailing 4 points to 0 after dropping that first set against Tommy Hahn, 7 games to 5. Uphill battle now for Ashwin. Oh, I let the ball drop way too low. 5 points to love. Very hard to see Ashwin come back from 3 mini breaks down in this second set tiebreak after dropping the first set 7 games to 5. Tom Hahn's battled all day. He's been the better player in the crucial situations throughout this match. Again, Ashwin must be getting a little bit frustrated given that he actually served for this second set, leading 5 games to 3. Oh, launched off the top of the frame. Beautiful cross-court forehand, Tommy Hahn, with a bit of pace and a bit of bounce. Really caught Ashwin on the hop. 6 points to love, 6 match points to Tommy Hahn. The execution of this tiebreaker a little bit poor by Ashwin Sharma. He'd be disappointed at this change of ends. Just talking to Greg Hutchison, the team manager. Hutchie, board member of Tennis Australia, former Tennis West president and president of Alexander Park for a number of years. Nice to sit courtside. Good tennis player in his own right, Greg Hutchison. Spends a lot of time on the practice court. As Ashwin closest to the now changes sides, trailing 6 points to love after dropping the first set 7 games to 5. Good momentum from Tommy Hahn. Midway through that second set, really started to find a groove, finds himself on top. Moments away from squaring the ledger between Alexander Park and Peppermint Grove after Jerome O'Connor defeated the journeyman Troy Hargraves in straight sets. Tom Hahn serving. Leading 6 points to love in this second set tiebreaker after winning the first set 7 points to 5. 7 games to 5, I should say. No. Opportunity went begging. Tommy Hahn still. 1 match point done. 6 points to 1. Another 5 to go. Be a miracle if Ashwin can get himself back into this match. Force it to a super tiebreaker in the third set, trailing 1 point to 6. Yet to win a point on serve is Ashwin in this second set tiebreaker. Beautiful serve. Flat out to the backhand wing. Crowd trying to pump him up. Ashwin not giving in, digging deep. Good first serve. First serve's evaded him for the better part of the last 15 minutes, Ashwin. Needs to find another first serve here to give himself a chance to claw his way back into this second set tiebreaker, trailing 2 points to 6. Again, holding serve, 6 points to 3. 2 serves coming via the racket of Tom Hahn. 3 match points have gone begging. The noose starts to tighten a little bit. Very hard to close matches out when you're trailing 6 points to love. You've really got nothing to lose. Ashwin has played flawless tennis over the last 3 points to get himself back into this match. Still, Tom Hahn, 2 opportunities on serve here to close the match out. 6 points to 3. There it is. Tommy Hahn, beautifully played point, forcing Ashwin Sharma out wide to the forehand side and a nice little chip down to the backhand as the boys celebrate mid-court. Good sportsmanship, as you would expect from Tommy Hahn and Ashwin Sharma, 2 of the most likeable players playing WA State League in this year's WA State League competition. That levels the tie up with Peppermint Grove and Alexander Park after the first 2 singles. 1 rubber apiece. Just recapping the matches so far today between Peppy and Alexander Park. Peppermint Grove's Tommy Hahn defeats Ashwin Sharma from Alexander Park Tennis Club 7-5, 7-6, 7 points to 4 in that second set tiebreaker. And the first match that was completed today, Jerome O'Connor fought back from adversity at the start of that first set, I should say, winning the match against journeyman Troy Hargraves 6-3, 6-2, tying up the rubbers, 1 rubber apiece. As we switch across to court number 2, watching the third singles between Domi Bashar, closest to the camera from Peppermint Grove. A leaning lefty against Dan Downey, furthest from the camera from Alexander Park. Domi Bashar winning the opening set 6 games to 3. Opening stages of the second set. Of course, this production is brought to you by Scotty's Media, courtesy of Scotty Walsh, former senior editor of Today Tonight. bringing you this production. My name is Brett Patton, part of the Scottish Media and Court Talk commentary team. Of course, you can tune in to Court Talk. Get onto the website, courttalk.com.au. Listen to shows for this summer of tennis. 10 shows have aired. It's our 11th season on air, bringing you up to date with what's happening in the world of tennis, local, national, international, talking to past and present players, officials, up-and-coming juniors. It's a privilege bringing you all the talk of tennis over the past decade. Looking forward to bringing you a lot more throughout today's coverage. I'm looking forward to seeing Eddie Bouchard and Tim Gray. Eddie Bouchard, number one player for Alexander Park, come up against a hard-hitting, rangy player in Tim Gray from Peppermint Grove on a real tear at tournament level, winning UTR events at Alexander Park and at Nedlands over the last 3 weeks. Collected some good match play, a bit of prize money. Interesting to see how this match plays out. Eddie Bouchard and Timmy Gray, as we're watching Dommy Bouchard closest to the camera, serving up a set. 6-3. Flamboyant left-hander. Used to sport the undercut and the earring. I think the undercut's definitely gone, and I think the earring might well as be gone as well. Just getting a closer look at Dommy Bouchard. Upstanding citizen, clean cut. He used to really just rock the fringe before he went to college. The fringe came down to the chin. He'd sweep it across rockstar style. Just do it into somewhat of a man bun a la Nat Fife. Quite the hit with the ladies before he left, and no